Oh boy, new toy. The Arma Mojave Grom. And brushless power conversion. Some power for that power conversion. And an Arma ESC mount. Woohoo! Let's get to it. So I finally got my Mojave Grom. I've been waiting for this thing for a little bit, and I know I'm kind of late to the party, y'all. I did order it as soon as they showed that you could pre-order them, but for whatever reason, I didn't make it on the first batch. And I'm actually kind of glad for that, because I originally had ordered the red one, and after seeing some videos, I thought that blue and yellow one, green one, whatever, I thought that one was going to actually look a little bit cooler. So I went ahead and ordered that, and while I was at it, because I have the Typhon Grom, and I had originally, I had a lot of fun with it as it is, and then I had converted it to the brushless system out of the Mini B. I pulled my Mini B brushless system out and put it in here. Unfortunately, it only lasted about 20 or 30 runs before the motor ESC that was inside of it blew up. And, well, I always knew that motor was a little bit too weak for this. It was a lot of fun. I didn't break a shaft like a lot of people do, but it did end up burning out. And so I went ahead and put its brush system back in. But I still have a whole lot of fun with this little car. On slow days, me and my buddy race him around the shop at work. He's got a Black Zon slider, and it's quicker than this, but this is a better handling one. So we do have a lot of fun. So I knew right away when I got this guy, I wasn't going to want to run it brush. So I'm not even going to run it brush. I'm going to open it up. I'm immediately going to throw in this King Val. This is the 5400 kV system, because I figured the 6000 or 6100 kV system was going to end up getting hot, and I also was planning on running it on 3S, but still also wanted to enjoy it on 2S. So I got this nice little 5400 system, got a couple 3S batteries for it, and these things fit inside the battery tray of the Typhon perfectly. I haven't opened up that yet and tried it, but since they do fit absolutely perfectly in this, they're the exact right size. Figure they'll be great in there. And I'm also going to pull off this Didnt plug, and I'm just going to solder in a wire system to hold the XT60 connector, and I think I might put a double connection system on it so that I can also run the 2S battery that he comes with, because now I've got a few of those batteries and I hate to let them go to waste. And I would, since I don't have anything else small in 2S, I've only got the stuff with this connector, and nobody makes a proper EC2 adapter. They got IC2s, or if I'm getting those backwards, whichever one this one is. They don't make an adapter for this. They do it on the 3s and the 5s, but it's not for that. And this time, instead of cutting the legs off, I got the proper Arma mount. There's the part number. And that will allow me to remove the 2-in-1 ESC on there and mount that right on top. So, let's get this guy out of the way. Get that out of the way, and see what we got in the box. All right. That thing is nice. Yeah, I did open up the box when it showed up yesterday and cut off his wire ties, zip ties that hold it in place. But let's see what else we got in the box. Alright, we got the standard fare, we got the owner's manual, we got some batteries, got some remotes, which I won't even ever be using this remote. I am just going to immediately bind it right to my DX5 Rugged. So let's get everything set up and move some stuff around. Well, I guess there's nothing left to do except for to get at it. So let's see, we don't need this thing. And just to show y'all, here's the stock little 2S battery. And here is the CNHL 3S 20C, 30C, 2200 milliamp battery. And as you can see, he fits in there absolutely perfectly, just like it was made for it. That is an absolute perfect fit. You got a millimeter of space all the way around. So I like that. That's just right. So get him out of the way, and guess we just start tearing into it. And then just try it. Oh, it came off pretty easy. I wonder if that fits a new one. No, it does not. Okay, so that does not fit that. And pop that up. These are always a little bit firm their first time. Get that backbone out of the way. Pull out the motor. And oh, that's a little guy. Alright, so unplug the servo, unplug the fan, and then that's useless. Get that. Let's see, we don't need that anymore. Isn't that fancy? It's not, but it'll get the job done. Plastic, so never drive it all the way down with the screw gun. You want to just get it there and then do the rest with the screwdriver. And are all these screws the same? Yes, they all look to be the same. And that simple. You got the servo swapped over with the proper mount on it, so we can just set him right on top like so. Actually, I'll probably go that way. And that leaves us with enough room to still leave the cooling fan in there. Yep, just barely, but it will fit. Excellent. Make sure that fits in there properly, which it does. Normally I'd put Loctite on there, but I'm not putting it on quite yet because I want to make sure that I've got the spacing set on there right. All right, that looks like just about right. So now we can add some Loctite back to that. Little dab will do ya. And you don't need to go nuts on tightening it down. All right, nice, perfect little fit. Wires just clear the fan, so still be able to use the fan. I love these Groms because they are so easy to work on and they are so easy to modify. Everything's already set. That looks pretty good. And go back by hand. Cinch them down. That way you're not stripping out the plastics. Alright, so next thing I'm going to do is remove this wire here and somewhere around, and I've got some adapter plugs to be able to slap on there. And actually I'm not going to use the adapter, I'm just going to cut the ends off of it. That's how I learned that these adapters don't actually work with the IC or EC2s, or I always forget which one is which. ICs. Okay, so these don't hook up to the ICs. They will work on an EC, but not an IC. So I'm just going to clip the end off of one, have my XT60, and I'm just going to solder it directly onto him. So let me get my soldering station set up. I'll be right back. Well, darn it, I didn't realize I wasn't recording that, but I do have these soldered in together. Again, guys, sorry I didn't get that on video, but I thought it was recording, and apparently I had stopped the recording. So got the two plugs just soldered into his wires, and now we just gotta heat up the heat shrink. With my professional tool here. And there we go. Now we've got the ability to run XT60 or the stock Spectrum plug on there. So now we just got to attach him and then figure out where I want to mount the receiver, which I think we'll probably put it right next to it. Right next to the, well, I don't know if having it right next to the ESC is a great idea, but we play around with this for a minute and I'll figure it out. Alright, so now we got it all in there. Have everything that mounted in a position that seems to work, because this battery's pretty big, so I couldn't really put the speed controller right, or excuse me, the receiver right there, because it would mess with the way this battery goes in. But everything's mounted. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this power switch. I might just leave it loose. Because the speed, or English, because the RX is right there, I did have to trim the body just a little bit, just to make sure it didn't push on these wires or anything. And I guess now we can just go ahead and set the battery in there, which fits very nice. Actually, I might even be able to put that foam block back in. So, and then since we have the two connectors now, so I could run either one. I could either run the Spectrum 2S or the CNHL 3S. See if we get him plugged in. Boy, fingers crossed. Hopefully I didn't do anything wrong. I've already had this receiver bound up to my Grom Typhoon, so I do have to switch its name to Grom M. And all right. Yep, cooling fan is working. Steering's working. Oh, that sounds like it's gonna cook. All right. Well, let's see. Put that all in place, and then body is, oh, not quite on. I noticed out of the box this button was sticking. See, it's going all the way down. It's just not latching. Oh, let's try that again. Okay, wires aren't going to be hitting anything, right? That just does not want to seem to latch. Oh. Okay. So yes, it is latched. I don't think I'm having impact with any of the wires. Yeah, it's got a good bite on it now. Oh yeah, plenty of power. Throwing the grub screws everywhere. All right then. Oh, that's right. This battery that's in there, that is not the one I have charged. So let me throw the batteries on a charger, and then we'll go take this thing out for a rip and see what it can do on 2S, see what it can do on 3S. Let's go take her outside, guys. All right, y'all. I am back out at my little speed run spot and my little dirt bashing spot. We're gonna try this thing on 2S first and see how fast it goes like that. These things normally do 22 stock, so we'll see what it does on this brushless 5400 system, and we'll probably drive it around for a little bit just to make sure it's trimmed out, because as you can see, this thing has never touched the ground. So power up. All right, that's working. Body clips on nice and smooth now. Just a heads up, I did have to do a little bit more trimming right there to make it clear the heatsink. So that was my bind up earlier. Okay, it's reading. Oh, this is yeah, this is definitely smoother than the Spectrum system. No, oh, poor phone, stay there. So, we reading? Okay, we are reading. Let's make sure the trim's good. Oh, wrong one. Yeah, it looks trimmed out well. Brakes are working. So I guess nothing left to do but to do a speed pass. Oh, she's quick. Meow. Very smooth, very controllable. Look at it go. Let's see what we got. $36 miles per hour. So yeah, not quite as fast as the Spectrum 6100, but being that it's what is that, 7,000 RPM per volt less, what does that work out to? It's about 5,500 RPM less, so that makes sense. So I will call that a win. I don't know if I screenshotted that. All right, now let's switch it over to 3S. Alright, now I've got the 3S battery in it, so we'll start reading again. Make sure it's, yeah, it is picking it up. And see what it does. I gotta adjust the trim again. Holy cow. Wow, that thing is fast. I don't think I'd ever want to make it any faster than this. 3S, this thing is nuts. And smooth. Let's see what that did. Come on, pick up. Okay.
52. I'll take it. 52 is monster speed. That's well over double what these things can do stock. So I like that. I guess we'll go ahead and do, let's go ahead and do one more. We'll take that picture and we'll do one more pass just to see if it's got anything more in it. Give it a good run up here. I think you can get out of sight really quick. Ooh! Oh, and then there went the GPS. Eek! Sorry, truck. Let me go get it. Well, I'm back. I gotta pull it apart and see what I broke, because something's in there is broke. Let's see what it pulled. Still did 52. So let me open it up, see what I broke. Hopefully just the pinion came loose, but I'll be right back. So I didn't break anything. What it is I forgot to run Loctite on the motor mount screws, and both of them backed out. And surprisingly, the motor's not very hot. I mean, it's warm, but it's definitely not cooking. So let me get those screws back in there, and then we'll go take it for a little bash session. Well, as it turns out, it wasn't due to a Loctite issue. I didn't realize there's multiple size holes on this motor, and I used the size that was just a hair too big. So the screws just came out. I'm surprised I didn't notice that when I was putting it together. They seemed like they went in tight. But now I've got them in a proper hole, and she's working just fine again. So get the top back on, nice and secure. Now we gotta throw it in some dirt and see how she handles it. Hopefully it doesn't get rocks stuck in the wheels like the Typhon did. Tumble wumble. Alright, attempt number 2. You never know, I might throw an AVC receiver in this thing. Yeah, on this 3S, I don't think I'm getting over a third throttle out here. Yeah. You hit wide open throttle and she's just a little bit too nuts. So I'm glad I went with this motor, because I think on the 2S, 32 miles per hour, I think is about the perfect one for it. This 3S is a little bit overkill, but it's a lot of fun. It's a nice little drifter. Flipped it again. I like it. Like I said, I'm glad that I made it so it can go 2S or 3S, because this 3S is, I think it's a little bit too wild for this little guy. You don't need something this small to go 50. 30 is a good speed though. The 22 that they do stock is just not fast enough. Yeah, it's actually easy to flip back over like the real Mojave. I like it. Nice and quiet. Easy to modulate the power. And I'm really not going over a third throttle here. Like, here, let me give it a here's full throttle. Yeah, full throttle. She's a handful. Well, I like it. I've now got something that could outrun my friend's Black Zon slider. So tomorrow, if we're slow at work, I think him and I will have some fun racing our two little trucks side by side. Alright, y'all. Well, I hope this video helped you all out on making a decision on a nice, inexpensive, and good brushless conversion. Actually, before I end this video, see, that's pretty hot. That ESC is really hot. I might look into getting a little fan for him because the ESC is actually warmer than the motor. They're both pretty warm though. So I think 2S is going to be the optimum for this setup. Alright, y'all. Well, this is the Dude RC. Hope you all enjoyed the video. Hope you all have a wonderful rest of your weekend. Catch you on the next video.